Hi folks, I wanted to bring this to you because we know the world is in chaos at the moment, and there are still people out there who are seeking the good fight and are still fighting the good fight against those who are the criminal masterminds of several decades of bad PR and bad luck and bad things. And as much as we would like to say Nazi Germany's over with, folks, I got news for you. It's coming from AOL. Prosecutors seek 3.5 years in prison for ex-Auschwitz guard. Berlin AP. German prosecutors Tuesday saw 3.5 years prison sentence for a 94-year-old SS sergeant who served at the Auschwitz death camp in Nazi-occupied Poland, saying his role made him an accessory to murder. Oscar Groening has admitted guarding prisoners' baggage, and after they were unloaded from the cattle cars onto the camp's ramps, and collecting country's money stolen from the new arrivals and sending them to Berlin. Prosecutors have told the Lüneburg State Court that their closing argument that his role helped camp function and he should be convicted of 300,000 counts of accessory to murder for those killed while he was there. And this is the old guy, folks, and I'm going to talk about this real quick because I know for a fact that the numbers they have on the death camps, even in Auschwitz, the numbers are fudged. The numbers are fudged, folks. One of the early rulings I heard was that there were 128 million Jews killed, and that number got to 28 million and such like that. And before I do this, folks, let me get into this and say something. According to Jewish records, and I got this from, God dang it, what was his name? The rabbi that used to be on YouTube a lot, Rabbi John something, I forget his name. Anyways, I'll find it and I'll let you guys know, and you guys can follow his stuff. He's really, I can't really put it out there if when he talks on YouTube and does these broadcasts, if he's kind of playing the cards, or if he's really as cynical and ignorant and arrogant as he puts it out there, because a lot of these are like the, the wishy-washy stories. But when this guy talks, I mean, he's actually talking about, all the stuff that happens and how basically all the major numbers for the Jews in World War II are falsified against the Jews, and that they're extremely lower than what they actually were reported. I mean, there were supposed to be like only 22 or 24 million Jews in all of Europe during World War II time, and yet there were like 28 to 30 million plus in the actual death camps. So I don't know the real numbers. I apologize. I'm just trying to get the ideas out there like usual. But Auschwitz survivor Eva Putztai Fahidi left from Budapest, and her 23-year-old granddaughter, Luca Hartai Wright, leave the court hall during noon breaks in a trial against the former SS guard in northern Germany, or in Lüneburg, northern Germany. Tuesday, April 25th, 2015, 93-year-old former Auschwitz guard forces 300,000 counts of accessory to murder. In the case, it will test the argument that anyone who served at a Nazi death camp was complicit in what happened there. So, I don't want to say it out loud, folks, but any of you guys that are participating in the FEMA camps or any of that shit, doesn't matter how long it takes, eventually your name's going to end up on this kind of list. I don't want to see it there neither. So, Do us all a favor when shit hits the fan. Don't participate. Just walk out. Court spokeswoman Frock Elbers said that because Groening was previously investigated in the 1970s, but authorities then shelved the case, prosecutors also recommended that he had been between 14 and 22 months dedicated from his first sentence because he was granted a speedy trial. And usually for trials of former Nazi camp guards, Groening has been open about this part throughout the proceedings. Trial began in April. Groening said he felt moral guilt, but it was up to the court to decide him legally guilty of a crime. That's not up to the court. It's up to all the people within the court. Dozens of Auschwitz survivors joined the trial as co-plaintiffs as allowed under German law, and many of them testified about their own experiences at the death camp. Last week, Groening told the court in a testament read by his attorney that even though he had known what was going on in Auschwitz, sorry about that, folks, the personal stories of the co-plaintiffs during the trial had brought home the enormity of the atrocities. And he finally says, I can only ask God for forgiveness. A verdict is expected this month, but has not yet been scheduled, Elber said. Alright, so they want 3 years for this guy. Reality-wise, he's probably been in holding 6 months or more. So, I don't know how much of this they're actually going to do. He's an old guy, folks. They're not going to put him in with the murderers and the killers and let him kill this guy. He's going to basically be in a retirement home setting, so about time they get the damn trial over. This guy will already have served a year, year and a half. Shit, at that time, it's time to give him time served and let him go home and go back to his nursing home. I'm not saying he shouldn't be tried. I absolutely believe that the Nazi war criminals, even the OSS that participated in what we won't go into, what we know happened, but we won't go into. Even the Catholics that participated in these things in the Vatican should still get charges against them for their willing participation or accessory to the facts, etc. And it's just one of those things, folks, that this was a super atrocity in the human race. And we are still hunting these guys till today. And I do believe that he will get his 3 years in. I do believe they will let him out in about a year and a half. Thank you.